Welcome everyone. This is episode 1 of All the Nerds. I'm Nicholas for video games.
I'm Jonathan for comic books.
I'm Justin for movies.
I'm Mark for toys.
And we are
All the Nerds.
All the Nerds.
So we just got a pretty big weekend. This Friday was Age of Ultron, the movie. On Saturday was Free Comic Book Day. Sunday was a mini Comic Con here in Montreal. And Monday, well, Star Wars Day. So we'll start with video games. It wasn't that much of news this week. We just learned that for Batman Arkham Knight, DLC with Batgirl and multiple new quests, Batmobile skins that will be unlocked. The first trailer for Jason, Mortal Kombat X, looks awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it looks
So was there a trailer rated like R, or was it
like a gore trailer or
Like
something?
straight out gore.
Well, yeah, I think-
Straight out Mortal Kombat X is gore.
Yeah, but
Well, that's what it is, right?
The trailer itself, it did what all the other trailers were doing. I think it was just like showing the character off with not spoiling too much, you know.
I showed it to someone and they responded by saying, "Oh look, Jason's finally getting their own game." I'm like, "No, it's a DLC."
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a date for that? Like
It's supposed to
Actually, I
come
don't
out
know.
tomorrow, I believe. No,
Should be soon, yeah.
the DLC.
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah,
DLC
yeah,
is
yeah.
tomorrow.
wow.
May 5th.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And yeah, that's pretty cool. They obviously did that because of the previous game with Freddy, which was like, you know, it was expected. You know, everyone's like, oh, Jason's going to be the next game character cameo.
I can't wait to see his move in like secret
Attack.
What was
Yeah,
it? Yeah,
attacks
that's gonna
and
be
fatalities.
crazy.
Yeah.
Fatalities.
that'll be
Oh,
awesome.
you already saw a bit of the fatalities in the video.
Yeah, but it's just a trailer.
I
It's,
know.
Mhm.
you know?
It's the crap out of you. Machete and slices you.
And for Batman, all the release of the Batmobiles and everything, are they like official? Is it just rumors going on around?
No. That has been confirmed.
Wow, nice.
It's a lot of stuff. Pretty expensive, I think, for what it is. It's around $40 US.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I mean, every year, aren't they releasing a Batman game with like the special edition, like the Batarang that got
No, this is
anything, or
the $40 is just for the season pass,
Exactly.
Yes, wow, okay.
which is like crazy. Season passes alone are ridiculous as a concept, but $40 for a season pass, you might as well buy a completely new game.
Exactly.
It is actually, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, what do we get with the season besides the Batgirl DLC? What are we?
Batgirl DLC, yes, that is actually great news. I think.
But
I think
besides
that's
that, what are we getting in the season pass?
New quest, Batgirl, Batmobile, like a lot of Batmobiles. I mean, a lot of skins. I should check more into details, but
So, for all your opinions, do you think these DLCs are for rich kids who wants to have like everything, or for actual fans? Do you think fans are going to spend that $40 just to get it, or?
Because it's just going to be released for $40 with the game, with all of this DLC in the Game of the Year edition.
it's actually just that. New quests, like 3-4 new quests, Batmobiles, maps, and skins. That's it. Batgirl. But $40 US.
Well, it's basically an
Comes
extension
to around
to the game.
50 something Canadian.
But because, like, you know, it used to be that, hey, you buy a game, you play it for a year because it's so awesome, and then you get an expansion for the game, which is a new game for the price of, you know, or half the price of a game. But now it's all this DLC stuff, like, sometimes on the day that the game comes out. Granted, we're talking about how awesome the Jason skin, the Jason character is going to be. It's still DLC, but it's not... You know, how much is the Mortal Kombat season pass? It's almost $40 also. I think in comparison, Mortal Kombat's going to be releasing more content than Arkham Knight will.
But then they'll release an edition later on down the road, like a complete edition.
Well,
like
that's
they
what I
did
was
for
saying.
Mortal Kombat with all the DLCs already included in it.
Well, we're also debating if it's worth it, but the fact if we don't have to get it, but we are thinking that it's pretty awesome to have it, right? So that's why we're debating it, because it is very interesting.
As
It's not worth it. like I'm not saying I don't want to play, but I will not spend $40 for that.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Some will, so that's why
Here's the thing.
It depends on the game, really. If the gameplay was really good, I didn't play. I'm not playing.
If they do a
I'm playing
game of the
Arkham
year
Knight.
with it included, then sure.
But that's what I'm saying. They did it with Arkham City. Arkham City had a Game of the Year edition
that
came.
I will pay that because then it's worth it.
But in the end, you're paying the $40. Let's say for a $70 game plus a $40 season pass, you're paying for $40-$50 in one shot.
Okay, granted, you need to wait
A year.
A year.
Yeah, and
I can wait a year.
here's the thing.
Maybe not, but
Here's the thing about me is that as much as hypocritical as it is to me to say that's ridiculous, I know somewhere in my heart that I'll end up doing it.
Well, I was just gonna say I would do it too because GTA still playing it and I'm still using the credit cards on there, which is real money to pay, for useless crap in the game. So
have you done that? You guys play that together, but have you done that as well?
I am thinking. I'm honestly thinking about it. It's like $20 for like $1.5 million.
Okay. So you're actually buying a $20
I really want that tank and that helicopter. Okay.
Okay.
Now, my question for you. I know that you want that new PS4 Batman Arkham Knight edition.
Pre-ordered it, already.
Does it comes with the season pass?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Better, dude.
It should. I'm sorry, you're paying what, $500?
About it comes with it's the PS4, the game Arkham Knight, and Last of Us remastered, and I don't know what else.
Last of Us is like $20 now.
Well, you're mostly
but-
getting it because of that special design on it, right?
Pretty much. If I'm gonna get a new console, and I want to get the game anyway, I might as well get the special console that comes with the game.
I want to get all the solid one.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking of getting the bundle for Assassin's Creed for Xbox One.
Yeah.
I got it. I thought it would be like a cool Xbox or whatever.
For Unity when it came out?
When it came out with the Black Flag and Unity. But first of all, I collect games, right? So I was expecting to have a physical game. But now things are moving. Like all this, the stuff that comes in the game is probably going to be a downloadable game. And so it's stuck with a normal Xbox with
It wasn't
cards,
a themed Xbox.
Nothing. And it was really sad. Yeah,
That's
really
it.
disappointing.
Because I'm sure I would have gotten it if it was a themed Xbox as well.
The box was themed.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the difference. You got it bundled.
Yeah.
He is getting an actual
Special edition.
Yeah. That is the difference.
And as far as I know, the game is physical. Last of Us is digital, but Arkham Knight is physical. I think.
I hope for you.
I don't know. I guess we'll see in a couple of months.
Yeah.
So, Free Comic Book Day.
Well, Free Comic Book Day is... just to let you guys know what Free Comic Book Day is, if you don't know. Every year for the past 13 years has been the first Saturday of May, an event where retailers are distributing free comic books released by the companies just as an incentive for kids to start reading. And I think that's what it is, right? It's mostly for kids because I'd say 80% of the titles are Bungo,
SpongeBob
Archie,
and stuff like that.
Sonic, exactly. But then you get those amazing titles, which is going to be like the introduction to like the event of the year. I think this year there was a few very interesting comics. One of them was Secret Wars #0, Introduction to the Secret War.
Which is starting next week. Well, this week, actually.
Yeah,
This one's actually.
Yeah.
You guys order like variants?
Of course.
Something?
I did actually.
I have.
I got the blank.
I have not.
I don't never order
No, me
variants,
neither.
but I had to now.
Yeah.
What are the variants about? Because I'm
Well,
not like.
mine is the Riddick cover, just because I love the artist.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that did God Thor: God of Thunder.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
He's
That's
pretty good.
Great artist.
He's pretty
great
good.
artist. Yes.
Because I'm not reading
That
like
was an amazing cover.
What?
That one, the Thor.
Oh, you remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one I don't know how he draws. It's really cool. It's like the guy who does Kingdom Come.
Alex Ross.
Oh, thank
One of my
you.
favorite
Alex
artists.
Ross, yeah.
He's one of my favorite artists.
The best Iron Man poster ever made. I think it was a cover, but Alex Ross too.
Was it an older one or the 75th anniversary poster he
75th
did?
anniversary.
That's a good
Yes.
one. But I was gonna to go back to Secret Wars. Like I read on occasion books. I've been starting to get more trades than single issues now.
Yeah.
When this whole Secret Wars thing with Marvel was announced, it was supposed to be kind of their New 52, what they did. But
That was the rumors.
Mhm.
There was nothing confirmed. Even now, there's like not really nothing confirmed.
But what's it about?
But
That's the thing. I'm not interested in Secret War until I actually know what's going to happen. Like Convergence with DC. DC is like, this is what's happening. Here you go. Brainiac's doing this thing, and that's what the story is about.
Yeah, it's very
So fun.
secret these days. The story has been leading to in New Avengers, where there's spoilers much of the latest series. What is considered a spoiler, really? I think I would say
Telling what, like, somebody who, whenever someone dies, I guess, or something important happens.
Okay, so in the latest issues, there's major events happening where the New Avengers and the Avengers go off space, and a lot of events happening, but everything leads to that.
Mhm.
And it's a bit of a secret, and it's very grim, but then you understand where it all comes from. And I think in Secret Wars number 0, it wasn't much about the Secret Wars, more of an introduction of after, which is really cool because I think they introduced like not the New Avengers, I want to call it, but they're like a new team of Avengers, and it's mostly what
Do
to
they
look
assemble?
for. Yeah, but personally, I like I like old characters. I like the classic characters, and I think they're trying to reshape things and.
But it's
We'll
not.
see.
It's not what DC did with the New 52 a couple of years ago.
No, but that's the thing. They reshaped Batman. They reshaped Superman. They reshaped Aquaman.
But that's the thing. They almost rebooted them all. Well, pretty much rebooted them all.
the main
but that's
characters.
not.
New 52 was an official reboot.
Yes, but
Except for like 2 or 3 series, which was Green Lantern.
Yeah, because it's all
some of Batman stuff.
It was a complete reboot from
Yes.
from scratch.
So that's what I'm asking. Is that what Secret
Marvel
Wars
does
is or
not.
no?
no.
No.
That's the thing. When you read it, you know that you start learning that the old characters. Let's say Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Miles Morales is in it. The Falcon as Captain America. So they're moving things in very uncomfortable ways for me.
For you.
I don't know how I actually
Change is
feel.
never good.
No, change is never good. But I feel if they go that way, I'm going to be disappointed. But otherwise, I'm still going to read because obviously there's always good stories, and that's what Secret Wars was all about in this Free Comic Day.
What else did Free Comic Book Day have besides Secret Wars?
Something very interesting. Fight Club. Everybody's seen the movie for sure. What this comic book is about is a canon of the original movie, and it basically tells it's set in the same universe, basically the same introduction as the movie. But I think it's just for people to be comfortable and understand that this is the same thing.
It's not an adaptation of the movie or the book.
It looked closely to it, but not exactly.
Okay.
And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the thing. It's a good intro, but this book was split in 3, so it's basically like a 15-page of Fight Club, just an introduction. Very interesting, but a very interesting subject where you can you know that what's coming is very it's going to be very good.
Because I know that there's a Fight Club 2
that's
series
it.
coming out.
Yeah.
It's going into that right away.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So
And
Okay, so it's like a prequel.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But it's just it's set in the same universe, but I'm not sure it's going to be part of the same story. But it's
it's not
fights
about
and-
Jack Tyler because we don't know who Jack is, but Fight Club
No.
2 is not about them or
We don't know. We
Okay.
don't know. It's a small introduction, like I said.
Mhm.
Very interesting still. Other than that, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was the follow up to the death of a special character.
Everybody
I don't
knows.
think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
spoiler.
Spoiler.
Okay, well, just in case,
Death of
spoiler alert.
Donatello. in the latest issues of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which you see him reincarnated as Metalhead. Very cool. They talk about their past.
Reincarnated. His mind was transferred
mind
into
transfer.
a computer,
Yeah,
into a
better
machine, which essentially translates to Metalhead. His body is still alive, but he has like essentially no soul left.
What?
Yeah, that's it.
Like it's been like drained out of his body. Like his soul has left, and onward going to to the spiritual world.
Sure.
It has gone through his computer, which this computer sort of grabbed hold of it and has put it into Metalhead.
That's how computers work. He knows.
But that's actually good because the origin story of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles say that they're reincarnations. Mm-hmm. They keep changing around every story, but it makes sense. It's interpretation.
Is this the first introduction to Metalhead in this version?
No. They just talk about it, but he's left apart and he doesn't really talk.
Okay.
He's not a sentient being. He's just a robot.
Okay.
A project.
He was introduced a few issues, like quite some issues ago.
Okay.
And this direct follow-up, they talk about their origin and what's been going on in the past. It's basically a middle comic, a middle issue between what has been happening and what's coming. It's nothing really new.
But do you think it's necessary to have or to have gotten on Free Comic Book Day to know the complete, if you're reading the ongoing?
No.
Because a lot of people, because I know that, for example, the Serenity Free Comic Book Day stuff, I have, because although it's collected in the graphic novels later, you can't get it anywhere else except for that Free Comic Book Day sampler.
You won't be able to get it anywhere.
Exactly.
But it's not... you will be able to follow the story. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's a little extra, but it's not part of the... There's no main event going on.
Fair enough.
After that, I did not read Divergence, but apparently it sets...
What's that?
Divergence, the DC...
It's linked to Convergence.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
But in there's...
Do they become
that
insurgents?
That was the only DC title for Free Comic Book Day?
Well, Teen Titans Go.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so Divergence was the only, the only comic.
I've heard rumors that this comic holds very interesting content, information, and it's...
I think it's like the first appearance of the Batman robot or something.
The bunny.
The bunny ears one?
Yeah, the bunny, which is controlled by Gordon. Oh,
really?
Really? I gotta go into the animated with him because I gotta see those antennae going.
Yeah.
And after that, what else came
So
out?
that's not Batman's new costume like everyone thought it was.
Well, because...
Well, it has guns. I kind of went through a bit. Batman is not in Gotham City anymore, so they need a new,
Yeah, because
vigilante.
Why is Batman not in Gotham City anymore?
Who knows?
You don't know? You don't know what happened
because
in
of
40?
Huh?
I didn't read it yet. Stop. That is one series. That is one series I am getting individually. Is certain Batman issues as long as they involve the Joker, which is what Endgame is. So.
Yeah. Other than that,
Spoiler alert!
Yes. Other comics that came out and I
really
was not able to get because that's the thing about Free Comic Book Day. If you don't show up early, a lot of
First
stuff.
come, first serve.
Yeah, first come, first serve. So if you don't get enough, you have to go to another comic book store, and it could be very tiresome. So there was Attack on Titan. Was not able to get, and another one that I didn't even see or heard of, Street Fighter Super Combo Special. No idea. I'm gonna try to look for it anyway, but it's really hard to get.
Actually, something that was kind of interesting is the other Marvel title, which is all new, all different Avengers.
Oh yeah.
At the end, you have a mashup Avengers and the Attack on Titans.
Oh, I wanted that one.
Yeah.
Damn it! That was only released
It was like
I know it's like
3
3 pages because as far as I don't know how true this is. From what I remember reading, it was like a whole like issue or a whole like mini series that was a crossover between Attack on Titan and the Marvel characters, and it was only released in Japan in like Shonen Jump or whatever, wherever they're usually mangas. And then I completely forgot about that. Damn it!
I think I still have a copy.
Really? Okay.
I think at the end of Secret War, you can see I didn't read it, but I saw it. It was a thing about Attack on Titan and Spider-Man. That's all I could see, but.
Nice. So the movie.
The toy convention.
Toy convention?
What toy convention?
What was the name again?
It was it wasn't really a convention. It was considered
Mini Comic Con.
No, what is Mini Comic Con? It was more considered a festival of toys and comics.
I thought the proper name was Mini Comic Con.
No.
I thought so too.
I'm pretty sure I was like invited on Facebook at Mini Comic Con.
No. It was a festival. It's hosted by Montreal Comic Con and the the already abolished Toy Con. They formed this new event, linking them two together, turning it into a festival.
How good was it?
Piece of crap.
But I think
I can't agree with that.
Yeah, because you guys, all three of you went to that. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but
We didn't get there at opening. When we did get there, it was
like an hour after.
An hour after, there was not a line.
It was opening at 10. It was opening
11.
11. We're there at noon.
Yeah, that's it.
No lineup when we got there.
well,
It was the
good
last,
start.
the last convention hall, all the way at the end. No signage whatsoever where the heck it was.
no.
Wait, Convention Hall?
You know where the Montreal Comic Con was?
Yeah, it's a big place.
Well, it was like 1/8 of it. It was the last section of it. They chopped it all up into different rooms with different events, and we got this little thing.
Okay.
The amount of tables that we got, no word of a lie, you could probably take all of those and cram them into one little conference hall, like the Toy Con usually had every year or every.
So it was like 50 feet between each vendor or something? Like,
it was really spaced out.
okay.
And I think it was maybe 4 vendors, not more. I think for comics there was
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah.
Well, they had that
3,
one
4.
that was spanned the whole one. I think.
Yeah,
What,
this
million
guy,
comics or
which
something?
was
Yeah.
selling all his comics for twice the price.
Yeah.
So nothing interesting.
That's
there.
one thing I noticed. Mostly toy, not comics, were overpriced.
Overpriced, and you could find them in every local comic shop.
Exactly.
Every single one.
I was
And
looking-
even some of the toys that they had there, you could find in the store, in regular stores, like Toys R Us.
I
and
was
all
looking for the Dragon Dagger.
that. Oh, yeah.
No. There it was 120. At Toys R Us right now, I can have it for $79.99. And it's not rare or something. They have multiples.
Yeah, they have like the shelf full.
And that's not on special.
That's not on special.
No, exactly.
Wow.
Well, I mean, these guys, they probably don't go around and look what things are. They can say, "Oh, I got this.
Oh,
I'm
come on.
trying to sell for this price, and I have to pay for my entrance fee." You know,
Oh, $5?
Yeah, but-
No, but
we
the
ca-
table-
No, the table. Like, he means no, but he means
I'm pretty sure the tables weren't that expensive. If they cost that much to
be
get in.
honest, we've all worked in retail.
Yeah.
We know what the markup can be, and that's stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Plain and
It
simple.
But the other guys were selling old comics. I was looking for a few key issues, but it was obviously way too much. If you knew what you were doing, this place was for suckers. Like people who don't know what they're doing, they're just going for a Comic Con, just like, oh, this is
Which
cool.
is
I'm gonna
really
get
sad.
one.
It's true, and at the same time, it's incredibly sad.
Yeah.
Like, so there was nothing even like that piqued your interest that you've been looking for, and
There
it was like but it was like
comic. If half of it was ripped, and it was double the price of a mint.
no.
So-
I actually found a Ninja Turtle toy that I was really looking forward to.
Though there was something very interesting which didn't need it to be over there. There was a Pokemon badge competition, so you could show up with your 3DS and you could fight the league and gain your badges and become a Pokemon League champion. So
Fun, I guess.
It was
Yeah,
a few
that's
tough
it.
players.
Yeah, it was always
But-
odd.
Best was Baymax.
Yeah,
You know
it
what?
was an
Not
awesome
even-
Baymax.
did you see
There's
the
one. There's like
the
the
guy,
sounds.
Just
yeah.
And they're like, da-da-da-da-da.
the guy with the bad guy? No, the bad guy from Big Hero 6 with the Kabuki mask.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was a great cosplay. Well, it's easy. It's a trench coat, black suit, black.
With the white mask or white
Kabuki
red.
mask,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we gave up with the toy festival.
What was it, 45 minutes?
45 minutes an hour max.
That's-
Really.
And we actually went
Yeah,
off to one of the local flea markets over in Saint Eustache, and we
Way
scored.
better. Way better. We spent like 4 hours there. We were burnt up because it's outside.
Okay,
But it
those
was
are the outside ones.
We were roasted, but
What did you find, Mark?
got a whole bunch of little knickknacks. Crash Dummy, Power Ranger stuff, small soldiers, Mummy's alive, but I think yours was the best find.
Thank you.
Which
I was
contemplated.
looking for a while. I was looking for a. There's a place on my shelf, and it's empty, and I've been reserving for that one piece that I've been looking online, but it was a bit too expensive. I think on eBay it goes for $300. Then I saw it, and I
screamed.
Yeah, I screamed.
Did he actually scream? Or like?
So it was an AT-AT from Return of the Jedi.
Sorry to interrupt. Did he do that thing he does where he goes?
Yep.
Yeah. Mark.
No. Then he called me for money.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
can only accept cash, and I only had debit. Whatever.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
So
go on.
I saw it, and I saw
It was a what?
AT-AT from the Return of the Jedi.
Those
An
looking
AT-AT?
pretty-
Released in.
AT-AT.
No, that's it. It's AT. It's. We looked online.
She
it's not
checked online,
AT-AT.
because he's
It's
saying
AT-AT.
It's actually called an AT-AT?
Yeah.
I've always
Except
called it...
that the AT-ST is called an AT-ST. So it makes no sense. But Lucasfilm confirmed that it was an AT-AT.
Okay, fine. So you found the one you were specifically looking for?
Yes. Well, there was two, because they released one in 81 and one in 85, I believe, 87. And the one was Empire Strikes Back, and the other one was Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Empire Strikes Back is good. It's the first release,
Yep.
but I think it goes for less than the Return of the Jedi, which is the one I found.
That's the one you wanted.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes...
Which he didn't pick up right away. We
Yeah.
waited a couple aisles down. When we were, I was
I thought
looking through
about
the bins of all the toys, and I'm like, "Oh, I found what I'm looking for. It's a shame you didn't get what you were looking for." And
I
he took
paused,
off
and
like
I
a bat out of
kept
hell.
I kept thinking for like, I don't know, was it an hour later? And I was just thinking for an hour. I was like, should I get it? And then I went, coming back, guys. And I went, picked
took
it
off.
up.
He took it out of the guy's truck. I think the guy was packing it
He
up.
was leaving. And this
So
thing
you,
is
so you,
humongous.
you got it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah. So now my shelf is going to be complete.
For
Until
now.
I find, for now. That's it.
Yeah.
Until you come across that Ninja Turtle sewer layer that you... Or a Technodrome.
I'm going to have to... Well, soon I'm going to have to expand my shelf because I'm getting too many comics.
Yeah, I've seen it's a nice setup for your comics. I've seen it, but like it's got to like.
That's something I'm going to do soon. I think on the website I'm going to release a porn shelf.
What?
A shelf porn. Thank you. A shelf porn. Basically,
I'm still confused.
yeah, it's a regular term, guys. So it's basically that.
If you say so.
So this video is now 18 plus.
It's a basically pictures and images of.
We are now
amazing-
confirming if that's an actual term. Sorry, go on.
So it's basically a setup of shelves.
Oh,
It is!
I know what you mean.
So basically,
Wow.
it's a setup of shelves and how beautiful someone can arrange his comic book shelf, his
Yeah.
toy shelf, his statue shelf.
When people
his
show off their
room.
collections and their
Exactly,
okay,
exactly.
I understand now.
But it's not the collection; it's the setup of the collection.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
And,
okay, I understand.
Just type in porn shelf.
I'm
Or
going.
shelf porn. Hashtag shelf porn.
So yeah, I'm thinking of doing that.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
I'll be damned.
Okay, we can now remove
more
the
you-
18
Yeah.
plus.
The more you know.
Knowing is half the battle.
I was going to say that.
G.I. Joe. A real American hero.
So last...
Yeah, finally, pretty much the biggest thing that happened this weekend was the release of Age of Ultron. You could see there was a 10 o'clock midnight screening on the Thursday night of April
that's
30th.
Is that legal? I mean, movie-wise, was the movie theater allowed to
Yes.
release it on Thursday night?
I don't think they would if not.
Because we saw it on Thursday
Exactly.
night. Not at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 9:30 show.
And there was one
Actually,
before
there
that.
was one at 7.
Yeah,
there was
we
one at
went
7
the
and
later
the
one.
Unless
one
we
that
get the
we
movie
went
theater in trouble
9:50.
now.
I don't think. No, I've noticed recently that there hasn't been many midnight screenings unless you specifically ask for it or they specifically say, "Hey, midnight screening." Because instead of midnight screenings, no one wants to be at a theater at midnight and go home at 4 a.m. So they have Thursday night, 7 to 10 o'clock showings or 11 o'clock at latest. But yeah, Age of Ultron came out. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. But as I said last time, I'm a very easy critic. I see something shiny and I'm like, that's awesome. Which Ultron is very shiny.
Yeah.
his last form is really shiny.
Yeah.
I like the. I'm the type of guy who likes development.
Everything.
Yes, but development of character.
Mhm.
So I like the fact that he, from the root of the gem, he became like a sentient being.
Spoiler.
And Tony's, and then
Everyone dies.
And then they all died.
well, basically, like there's like the development of Ultron and his character and how he became to be. That was awesome. But I think they spent way too much time fighting.
The movie has a lot of action scene, like
Yes.
mostly.
But it's not
just
only action scene. They're just bashing. It's hack and slash for like 2 hours. That's how I felt. It was. Too
It was
much.
supposed to be 3.5 hours. It was cut down to 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Which
What-
I'm curious to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
Because-
really want them to do an extended version of it.
Which
I
they
know,
never
I know they
will.
won't.
An hour and a half
I
more.
know.
That's
They never will.
I
They
know,
will do
but-
so much money out of it. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Like usually with a long movie, you'd sit there and you get like, oh god, antsy. Like I'm done.
But that's
It's like
the thing.
tomorrow
whole
that they're
movie, I was
releasing
glued
Days of
to the
Future
screen.
Past.
But that's not Disney. It's Fox.
I know, but come on.
I think
I'm
what
just
it is
saying.
because it happened the same way. Let's to go off topic for a bit. It happened the same way with Thor: Dark World. There was like half an hour of Malekith scenes, or maybe more. Who knows? And
Yeah.
all of his stuff was cut out to like one for time constraints because Disney said to Marvel like, hey, like not too long, and
More
two
Loki.
two to put more Loki in. Which Tom Hiddleston's fine. He's a great actor, and I love seeing him. But it made Malekith himself seem so two dimensional. Like we don't understand.
I know him from the comic, from the cartoons, and he was a bad son
Yeah.
of a gun. He was a wimpy
So, like,
thing in the movie.
Because we don't know his motivation, and we know he's a dark elf and he wants revenge for some bullshit that happened. Fine, fair, whatever, bad guy thing for bad guy reasons. And it's not that it happened again with Age of Ultron. It's just that there was more, and what that more was, I know that. Well, John, do you want to go into just a brief history of what Ultron is in the comics? First off,
in the comics. Well, it diverged very from the movie. In the comics, he was created by Hank Pym, which Ant-Man. But that's the thing; they're releasing the movie soon. I thought that it would be like a small introduction to it,
Like
something?
a side product that Hank Pym had started
Exactly.
that Tony Stark wanted to take over.
That would have been a
Something,
great
just
idea.
a small introduction because the movie's coming out. They're not like there's nothing stopping them from it.
It's coming out in like 2 months, 3 months.
Exactly. So,
But the term Ultron though in the movie was so loosely used. Like it was the Ultron program.
The Ultron program,
Like
yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, we worked so hard on this. I don't know.
you just started like we can start working on
Like
we
this,
We could
it-
finish
with this,
Ultron.
yeah, with such and such, prop that we need for the movie.
Yeah.
We could create the Ultron program when it was just like a
Well, in the
thing.
movie, the Ultron program wasn't really a program. It was more as an idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
It was nothing
Mhm.
right until they found the staff.
Mhm.
Spoilers.
whatever.
I think it was more.
They find Loki's staff.
Exactly.
Big whoop.
No, but I think it was a full project until because they.
Well,
It
that's
was
what
an
we're talking
idea.
about. That's
before
what
being
that's what we're saying. Because originally it was created by Hank Pym. I thought it would be a great idea if it was a Hank Pym idea that never went into
Yeah,
production,
yeah.
and then Tony Stark was like, this could be useful," and he does it himself, and then things
Or
go
not even
bad.
mention Hank Pym, like one of the screens, the multiple screens that he has in the show, in the movie, where it pops up and he has all these things going on.
Yeah,
You
and
see
it's like
Hank Pym
creator
or Pym.
Frank Pym,
Yeah,
Hank Pym.
that'd be great.
Like the code name of the file was Pym 0104 or something.
Something to
silly.
relate to.
Like,
Talking about Easter eggs, you pointed out the movie was I was watching the movie but I didn't notice. But you pointed out that when he was flipping to the disc, because
Actually, I did. But
He put it
oh,
on.
you
Okay,
okay?
fine. No.
So when he was going,
I'm not that quick. So
because Jarvis
Yeah.
was damaged by Ultron. Not much. of a
That's
spoiler.
the beginning. It's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a spoiler.
So he's going. How can I replace for the software? And then there's a little diskette on the side. He doesn't use it, but he got Friday, which
Yeah, you got Friday.
Yeah, random AI with an Irish accent,
Exactly.
because all his AIs have accents.
But under there, there's Jocasta.
Yeah.
Jocasta in the comics is Ultron's bride.
Mhm.
So I was really excited
With
to.
the mind of the Wasp.
Exactly. He basically copied the mind of the
But
Wasp.
then there's that.
Really have to have.
You would
Hank
have
Pym
to
thrown in
Hank
there.
Pym, but we don't know what the Wasp is going to be. How the Wasp is going to be involved in the Ant-Man film. But to before we sidetrack too much, let's too late. Let's go.
Everyone dies.
So something happens. Avengers assemble and stuff happens, and then boom.
Actually, no, they don't assemble.
No, they don't.
Spoiler!
Ultron is created.
Don't wait for them to assemble.
Ultron is created, and he automatically is like, well, I was created to protect the world, and I'm going to kill the Avengers. and there's that hour of footage that we're missing, which I think backs that up. Like, why does he do more of this? Because it's something that they don't touch on, and
psychological evolution of a character.
But the reason he's like this, and the reason because James Spader did such a great job voice acting.
Yes.
Oh wow.
He was Ultron to a T.
But here's the thing: like, he's so funny and so sarcastic. I was expecting him to be more
But
menacing.
the whole cast was like that. It was like watching a live-action cartoon, which I
Yeah.
loved.
Yeah,
But I was expecting to see a robot.
Yes.
He was a freshly born robot.
Yes.
With the humor of like a comedian or.
but the reason for this, and my point to all this, is that within this hour of missing footage, I think they explain to a point that Ultron is made with Tony Stark's consciousness, which is why he's so sarcastic.
At one point, there's a
Oh,
joke.
he's a robot. How he went to life
Yeah,
was because he looked into the internet.
that's another thing
he
too.
was
Which-
nourished by all
The information of the world.
but
by hold it
by cats.
photos exactly and
There was a scene in there where I think it made reference to it when Thor did something. And basically, like, you don't need to break anything to rebuild something amazing. And then he goes, "Well, you never made an omelet before." And
Yes,
then Tony Stark says,
you don't need to break anything to make something new. Well, clearly you've never made an omelet.
And then Tony right away says,
He beat me by 1 second.
"By 1 second." But that's the thing. I think that was the best connection to. He's made from the
Well,
consciousness.
not to mention he like flips his shit when Ulysses Claw compares him to Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And that's going to go into Black Panther with what happens with him. But
And the introduction of Wakanda.
yeah, straight
Small
up.
introduction, though.
Yeah, with Banner trying to pronounce it, that was funny. And the whole cast was so funny in this one. There was there was one particular long running joke, which
With
we're not.
language?
Yeah, we're not going to too late. But it was great, and I love that they brought more of Hawkeye's story into this because he was kind of
I wasn't expecting that, but that was the whole point at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
spoiler alert,
Yeah,
which
that's
we will
the
not
one.
spoil. But Hawkeye dies anyway.
Now that's on the table.
No, but for real,
I wasn't expecting that.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
But for real, because in the first movie, again, his scenes were cut out. While he was brainwashed, there was another scene of him being brainwashed, but he's aware that he's brainwashed, and he speaks to Loki about this, and there's like a whole discussion. So in this film, he talks about how he feels so useless as a member of the team.
actually, in that movie, I felt like he was more of a leader than Captain
Then
America.
Captain America was. Yes.
Well, the first movie, the actor
Jeremy Renner.
said that I think that I might quit the Avengers because I feel my role is useless. As an actor, he said like this is useless. Why am I doing this?
Mhm.
But
That's
then,
funny. He just have a bow and an arrow.
Fighting
but then
robots.
in
Fighting robots.
the-
That's
the-
crazy.
Nothing
Age of
makes sense.
Ultron,
Yeah.
in Age of Ultron, they brought him a natural character with a story, and it was great.
I was surprised of like his little twist, which we won't talk about just for the audience sake. But they brought more, and not to mention more about his past and his background and his current life besides being an Avenger. And
When did you see the Mockingbird?
but I was I forgot what I was going to say. Yes, his personality was more like in the comics. He was like cracking
Yeah.
jokes and stuff. Well, in the first
Well,
one,
like everyone else. Like,
but then again, everyone else was. But you expect that more from Hawkeye.
Even Thor joked.
Even Thor,
It was all in the swing.
yeah, because in the first movie he was so serious. He was like, for one thing, brainwashed for most of the movie. In the second half, he was like, "We're fighting
Revenge,
Chitauri."
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this one, it was great to see him. They'll No one will know.
Oh yeah, that was
No one
so
will know.
funny.
That was great.
Everybody who's watching the show is not gonna know what we're talking about.
Exactly,
until they
because
see it
you
on the
need to
screen.
see Age of Ultron.
Yeah. What about
Go watch
Vision?
it.
I loved it.
What
Vision?
The Vision. How,
Vision,
The
yes.
Vision.
His colors were a little off for me, but it felt
But-
like Vision.
Yeah, it felt like Vision.
Just to start with, Vision is such difficult to act.
Mm-hmm.
Vision is a robot, highly human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's basically Vision. Try to act that.
but
Try to demonstrate. You know, like the CGI was perfect.
It wasn't CG. It was makeup.
No, but I mean, like the whole movie was.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. I thought you were talking about The Vision still.
Well,
I think
someone, you know,
personally,
like,
as
the
Yeah, yeah.
cape and stuff. The
But-
cape, looking at Thor with the cape and everything, and whoop,
Yeah,
was
that was
gone.
great.
so you can, yeah. But what I feel is that
He's a kid.
as a
He's a kid,
character, how he
I want a cape, too.
acted and the makeup, I think the eyes were too real.
Yeah, I
That
didn't.
was
I
my
didn't like.
only
That's my
problem,
only
but
gripe
it was
about it.
amazing
It was
otherwise.
that he had
Well, you got-
eyeballs.
Yeah,
I had no
but if
problem
you
with
got
that.
really close to it, they were.
They were robotic, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just that I think it's just that he had eyeballs.
There
It
were
was
some
weird
points
looking.
of it when you see him, he looked
But-
more like a human in makeup.
Yeah, but
He's having a kid after all. Actually, too, but
But how he was designed in the movie
that's
was
nitpicking.
Yeah.
That
It was really
and I
good.
think what they did with the gray, like the grayish green, is because actual bright green wouldn't look good on camera. That's why the Hulk isn't bright green. He's like
That's
this,
something-
like
Like a
like,
forest green.
like yeah,
I've read somewhere
Yeah.
that the Hulk was supposed to have a scene
Grey Hulk?
with
yeah,
Grey Hulk.
Yeah, with
Yes.
Grey
Grey Hulk.
There's
When-
one where he
And
was
I think there's a
supposed to-
joke
And I
about
think
it
there's
at
a
some
joke
point in the
about
movie,
it at some point in the
stating that
stating that
that Bruce Banner should change
Bruce
colors.
Banner should change
I don't
colors.
remember. I need to see it
I
again.
don't remember. I need to see it again.
Really,
Yeah,
I don't
but
recall that.
But
But I
again,
did-
don't
I
want to
did-
say bullshit.
I did read about that. It's the scene during so and something happens with
Yeah.
Veronica, but yeah, that scene was supposed to be Grey Hulk instead of regular Hulk, just because why not? Which
Another
even
thing.
this in the Hulk, the Hulk character in this film, seems more aware of what's going on than
Yes,
than you
that was
know
weird.
you think.
especially at the end.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
Well,
it was,
in
it
the
was weird.
comics,
Not especially good. It was just weird.
you were gonna say in the
in the comics, Bruce Banner is always present as a consciousness in the background.
yeah,
And he can control the emotion of the Hulk in some ways.
yeah,
When there's a thing that calms him down, well, he's
which we
able-
see in this film.
Yeah, that's it. You're able to understand that there's a connection between the inside and the outside, and Bruce Banner.
But
can,
here's the thing, because in the first film he says, "That's my secret captain. I'm always angry." So to that it means like, okay, well he could control when he becomes the Hulk.
Well,
But he can't
They're,
get-
they're playing the same thing they did in the first movie, where the first whole part of the movie he's like a mindless Hulk when he becomes Hulk, and then he becomes a more controlled Hulk at the end.
But that's the thing. I'm
With
thinking,
the new one, he's an all sporadic Hulk again, and then all of a sudden,
but I'm thinking it's just while he's as Hulk, he is like sort of this wild animal. But right the second before that, Banner changing into Hulk is him turning it on. It's just that he can't turn it off until he gets the lullaby. Is how they're doing it.
Which another thing I wasn't expecting. Well, I was expecting it romance between Black Widow and Hulk. I was expecting it, but not that
Spoilers.
much.
Okay, who cares at this point? We just won't say like the big
Yeah, exactly.
twist.
There's a romance between Black Widow and the Hulk, and intense.
Which, yeah,
Kinda
I was no,
intense.
like I saw that. I knew that was coming. Like,
Yeah, I was expecting something, just not something that deep. They are coming. They're like
They get into it.
emotionally, yeah,
Yeah.
into it.
But that actually not confirms, but proves that the first Avenger was not a romance between Hawkeye and Black Widow.
no, because they
There was a great friendship. I
They,
always
yeah,
thought
they,
they were,
no, but and they firmly established. Yeah, I'm saying no, but I agree with you completely. Is what I mean. You know, they established that they're just best friends. They're like literally like
I was not expecting, but I wanted to see more since I would say the movie is based on the Ultimate Universe.
To a
I'd say
point.
yeah. On that universe, if you follow the animated movie,
Ultimate Avengers?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a kind of ish romance between Black Widow and Captain America,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
which would have made a bit more sense.
Sure. Mhm.
Because-
both the warrior
Soldier
Exactly.
type, yeah, they're-
Like even in Winter Soldier, there's a kind of flirt in between them.
But that's Black Widow being Black Widow.
I know, but who knows?
Mhm.
Maybe she's just Black Widow with Bruce Banner.
Well, that's what you think at first.
I'm just saying, I would have.
That's why she's so good at as Black Widow.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's what Black Widow does.
Mm-hmm.
Project Black Widow. The Red Room.
The Red Room, which it touches on in this. I still would have liked, this is just me, again, nitpicking, I would have liked to see Scarlett Johansson doing a Russian accent when it had the Red Room stuff.
or some of the cast from older versions of the cast from Agent Carter.
Yes, that would have been cool. Well, isn't the old man, wasn't he an Agent Carter? I think he was an Agent Carter at one point. I could be wrong, but anyway. When it touches on all that Red Room stuff and we see a bit of, very brief, of Black Widow's history.
Deleted scenes, maybe.
Deleted scenes that we'll probably never see. Loki's scene was completely cut out. Loki was supposed to be in the movie.
Oh well.
I'm not sad about it.
I'm not, yeah.
Like I like Loki. Don't get me wrong. I think he was
yeah.
the most. His costume, his character, his personality. They couldn't have got a better actor to play Loki.
Yeah.
He's the character being in most Marvel movies so far. I think.
Yeah, so
Very much.
that's where I'd like
That
a
and,
different direction.
Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Besides, second most. But yeah, besides, he was the villain of like almost 3 movies in a row. Skip one movie with Iron Man 3, but yeah, his scene was cut out along with maybe 40 other minutes.
What about the twins?
Yeah.
It was too serious, I think.
I would have liked more of a story besides just him stating a story.
Yeah.
I would like to have seen
Yeah.
more of their past.
Deleted scenes.
But I like their connection. I like I like their accents. They felt like, I don't know.
And it was very clever. It was one line of dialogue that completely disassociated them from being mutants into being just randos that got, powers. Because now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's 3 types of people that have powers. Those that are born with superpowers are called gifted. Those that did not have any and then were given them are called enhanced.
Yeah.
And then there's the Inhumans. But the Inhumans have not been called Inhumans yet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And we're staying in the Marvel Studios.
Well, they've been.
yeah, this is
Wait, we're talking about movies or TV shows as well?
both. Because
Okay,
all the
that's
Marvel
the thing.
Cinematic Universe, that's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, and the Marvel
But
movies.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
They don't
do
call them
mention, like,
Inhumans,
there's something, you became some sort of inhuman.
Yeah, they say
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you didn't actually
They don't
call
call
it like
them-
a specific. Like,
They're inhuman.
They don't. They're not called the Inhumans
Yeah.
yet. They're just people with powers
well,
from
soon, because the movie's coming.
all towards the end of Phase 3.
Yeah.
But the twins were. I love that Scarlet Witch did her hand thing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. Which I'm not disappointed, but I would like to see some kind of connection with Doctor Strange. Just saying something. Hey, I know a guy that can teach you. That's,
But we don't know what the Doctor Strange film will be about yet. Does he have his powers already? Because all we know from Winter Soldier
Yeah,
is that
sure.
that Hydra knows who Stephen Strange is and that he will be important later.
I want an intro. I want an introduction to his story. Personally,
You want
I
an
think
origin?
that would be
You want a
an
Doctor?
origin story of
Okay.
Doctor Strange.
Like the cartoon that they did.
That was the best one.
I want a half and half. I want to have the movie intro, then it's skip a few years, and it's.
And he's already Sorcerer
yeah,
Supreme.
yeah.
That'd be interesting. But twins. Because what I find that Days of Future Past did really well, as brief as Quicksilver's appearance was in that movie, is that one scene in the hallway in the the lab when they're all shooting and he just
Kitchen.
Yeah.
kitchen. Was it a kitchen? Yeah,
because there was food.
Classic scene.
he pops his earbuds in and he runs around
Which
the room
is
and
totally impossible.
yeah, I
because
know the
the
science
sound
doesn't
music
that doesn't work. I know
doesn't-
unless that
Physics.
doesn't work. Yeah, that's not how you math. That's not how you science. But when he runs around the room and he pushes the bullets with
Yes.
one finger out of the way each of them so they don't hit the others, and he does that's such a Quicksilver moment, and his character in that film was great as well. It's he's a kid with ADHD,
Yeah.
and they're speaking to him and he's running around the house and looking them up while still listening to them because he's back in place and they didn't even realize he was gone. It was so well done. In this film, it was he has his powers, but it's very dramatic and it's about him and his sister and
His sister.
Yeah, and revenge and but it was still really well done. I like the outfit a lot better than in Days of Future Past.
Yeah, I like the outfit. I like the personality of the other one. The Age of Ultron was way too serious. The other one had the actual personality of the
Quicksilver. Mm-hmm.
So I just like
we didn't hear their names though. They didn't.
Yeah,
they called them
Peter and
no,
but they didn't call them Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in the movie.
I don't think so. Did they?
I think they call her a witch.
They call her a witch.
Exactly.
But they don't call her the Scarlet Witch.
And I guess we have to decipher that because she's wearing red, right? Scarlet Witch.
Sure, we know,
especially at the end with the new uniforms.
Everybody knows.
Everyone knows. Like, come on, everyone knows. At the
something I didn't. Well, not that I didn't like. It's just that in the movie, Scarlet Witch is not that powerful. At some point, she flips when something happens.
I think it's because she hasn't learned her full potential yet.
Yeah, but come on.
They were just, they were born.
I like that point when she flipped out and something else happened and content and story that I can
Plot.
Plot.
Noun. Words.
Exactly. That was cool.
No, but I was expecting at one point because you see it in the trailer. She's screaming and something
and
explodes
she goes down
and
to her knees.
Yeah, I was thinking reality will get altered and then the entire movie didn't happen and that's
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, I was waiting for because the actual Age of Ultron story, as much as time travel is not a factor in this film, it's about time travel. Yeah. As far as I know, I haven't read it.
Let's talk about that. The fact that Age of Ultron, that's the thing. It's a completely different story from the comic version of Age of Ultron to the movie version.
The
of Age
only
of
thing
Ultron.
similar is the name. That's it.
Exactly.
I think
the fact that they Ultron is there.
They literally called it Age of Ultron because it sounds cool.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I was expecting instead of time travel, Scarlet Witch pulls a House of M and alters reality completely.
No more mutants.
And
no more enhance.
No more enhance. No more gifting. But there's just so much to go through, and it was such a great film. I really liked it. I know, for example, a friend. There are some people that are getting mixed reviews. Some people found it confusing. It's hard to follow.
It was more for true fans, I think. There was so many
true believers. Would you say?
Yeah, true believers.
Excelsior.
Huzzah.
But I found it pretty easy to follow. I mean, if I were to watch it over and over again, I'm sure I'd be able to tear things apart and dissect it. Sure. But that's with everything. As a movie, watching that first time, of course, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to see it again next week. But
I personally feel it was too much on first level and never touching a second level thing. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, I feel it was too much just fighting and bashing.
Too much, I think because they tried to go through it.
No, but that's it. Maybe it's a cool scene of 25% of cool scenes and then 75% of too much fighting.
I don't know, because I was like, come on, get to the part. When Ultron shows up, get to the part. He's in the computer, get to the part.
But that was the beginning.
I know.
That's what I liked about this one. It jumps right into it. The first one, it was they're becoming the Avengers. Yeah.
Something I was scared about is the trailers before were so many cool scenes and everything.
And it was so creepy. It was like a horror movie, And
then I was like, oh, they did that. So now the movie, we know the movie now, basically.
No, we didn't.
But we didn't.
Exactly.
which was great.
It was awesome.
But I really enjoyed it. So you're kind of you're not on the fence.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
But too much of fight. I wanted to
because I found they tried to go in between things with the amount of time they had. They tried to jump between one and two things. Yeah. But you think there was too many fight scenes.
Obviously, Ultron is all about creating mini Ultrons trying to fight around. But I was I was hoping for yes, we fought 100,000 and now we're at the debate with the villain and. Mm-hmm. More and more advancement in the story than
just quick intro. I love that he actually calls it the Iron Legion in the beginning. That was great. So what did you think of it?
For me, the movie is amazing. Mm-hmm. Easily in my top 3.
Wait, of all time movies or
of all all Marvel cinematic movies.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure which one I prefer between Winter Soldier and Avengers, because story-wise, Winter Soldier is amazing.
Yeah.
It's so well written. It's
it was,
everything is perfect.
Yeah.
But Age of Ultron, man,
it's
everyone together.
Yeah, it's an Avengers movie.
Exactly. It's pure action non-stop. Maybe too much, but who cares? So yeah,
He does.
yeah, he does.
And Mark, what did you overall?
I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the first Avengers very much.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that I felt no. What? I felt it really quickly thrown together as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were slowly introduced to all the Avengers, and then we were quickly thrown into this whole Avenger movie. I didn't like it. I watched it. I enjoyed it the second time, not the first time. But I prefer this one far more than the first one.
I take things as they are, as you know, and I just enjoy it for what I'm watching at the moment. I try not to compare and contrast, you know, because in the end it's two different films. Avengers 1 is like an origin of the team, and then this is like Tony Stark fucked up, and then like, well, now we got to fix it. But it was like it was a good movie. It was an Avengers movie, and it was clearly a Joss Whedon movie.
Oh, yeah.
And it's unfortunate he's not going to do the third ones.
Yeah, but it's still in good hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
But you know, in the comics, how Hank Pym is creating Ultron, he falls under a depression because he created Ultron. He feels bad about it. But I don't think Iron Man is able to do that.
No.
But
you know, we see what you'll see when you go see the film. You'll see what happens with all that once the the climax happens and everything gets resolved, and how they deal with the after effects of Ultron. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Going to see it again. Maybe I'll be able to nitpick at it a bit, but
I'm going to see the movie at least like 2 more times.
yeah,
Easily.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll be there.
We'll go on Cheapy Tuesday. And
Yeah.
whatever.
I guess that about does it.
I think that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Good topics. Good talk.
Good episode 1.
Good episode 1, guys. Come on, hey.
And Monday it was May 4th.
oh
Yeah.
It was Star Wars Day.
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
there was a good coincidence between the fact that I got an AT&T for
What?
from an ad. Yes,
Yeah.
an ad from the flea market, and the fact that it
Destiny.
was
Yeah.
Destiny. That's
And
right.
then Monday is
Star Wars.
Star Wars,
Star Wars
Day.
Day.
Everything.
Everything's
Twine.
connected.
Illuminati.
All right.
So,
that about does it.
Exactly. So stay tuned. We'll be posting weekly videos. Hope to see you next week. I'm Nicholas.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Justin.
I'm Mark.
And we are
All the Nerds.